So I thought I'd collect an Eldar army because I've got 2,000 points of Thousand Suns and 3,500 points of Space Marines and probably more on the way. And so I thought it'd be nice to just have an Eldar army just as a fun thing to paint because they are very aesthetic. And I thought, well, they're alien, they're like super high tech, super stylish. And so I wanted some really clever effects for the Eldar armor. I wanted it to look, in the robes, I want them to look really unique and special. I did the aspect warriors as usual, but I thought I'd try out some techniques when painting the armor on the rangers that I have. I'm not terribly happy with how these turned out. I'm not disgusted by them or anything, but the shiny blue metal didn't come out as metallic as I wanted. I wanted it to be more like the sort of finish on a supercar rather than just kind of a bluish tinted metal. And it didn't come out that way. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to have to try and experiment with a few things. So I thought I'd spend a bit more time on it and try and actually blend some contrast paints across the face of the metal, see if it would look more iridescent. And actually, the result I came up with, I was quite pleased with. With this particular Guardian, what I'd done is started with base Iron Warriors, blended it up through Iron Hand Steel, and then right to Storm Host Silver to the very edges to give it the finest and lightest highlights. And then over that, I used the contrast paints Leviathan Purple, Azurman Blue, and Ethematic Blue to give it a kind of strange and alien looking texture and colour. To be honest with you, I wasn't very happy with it because it came out kind of dull. So I gave it a coat of technical Ard Coat, and actually that really brought the shine back out on it. And to be honest with you, I'm actually quite pleased with it. It was just quite a lot of work to do. It took probably about an hour for it to do what you're seeing on the screen here. And I'd been watching a video by, I think it's Midwinter Minis. They'd been doing an Eldar speed paint. And one of the tips that they had was to get some of this Kuka nail varnish or polish speckles and use that to make a kind of opalescent effect on the head of their Wraithlord. And I was like, okay, that looks awesome. I would definitely like something like that. But for some reason, I couldn't actually find the particular colour of speckles they had. And so I had just ordered these ones. Now, these ones are the Iridescent Chameleon Nail Flakes set of 6 jars and cost me £14. So not a terrible investment, but not particularly cheap. And this is how they came out. So this first one, as you can see, is very gold, but you can see it's quite speckled on the black. It's a bit bitty, and I wasn't terribly happy with it, but I think that was more down to me and how I was applying it. I could have applied it more thoroughly, and it was quite difficult to get on until I realised basically you needed to give it a mix of Ard Coat to properly get it on there. I did try with the technical Storm Shield as well. This didn't look as good. This is the one, I think, with the technical Storm Shield, and it's not terrible, but again, it's just not as consistent. With I found the Hard Coat was just better, frankly. I tried painting this one's helmet in White Scar White just to see how it would look, and so I gave him a good couple of coats of White Scar on the helmet there, and frankly it looks abominable. I don't like it. I'm obviously using the wrong kind of flakes than this other channel used to get theirs, but as you can see on his body, not bad really. Very strong colours, very exotic. To be honest with you, it had gone everywhere. My wife was like, oh, didn't do this in your office, did you? I was like, no, I didn't do it. Don't know why. I probably should have done. I cleaned up, don't worry. I'd got it all over the table, and so I was using a paintbrush covered in Ard Coat to basically sweep it all up. And so I just slapped it on the Mini, because this one was obviously done. But it didn't turn out terrible, actually. And it looks, you know, strange and alien and exotic, which is what I was looking for. I thought this purple one came out quite nice. It's not bad. It's not brilliant though, and honestly I think that the painting that I'd done actually supersedes the colour effect here. But when I was browsing for this nail varnish stuff on Amazon, this particular one caught my eye. This is called Kuka Chameleon Pigment Nail Changing Mirror Chrome Powder Art Glitter Dust Shine Manicure Green Purple. They've got other colours, but I chose the green purple just because it looked really good actually. And I watched a couple of videos of people applying it. I thought, right, okay, so they've got some sort of industry gelled black or something, and they just literally painted on it, went on really smooth. So I thought, right, okay, I'll try it. unlike the other ones, this is not flaky, this is a powder. And so it mixed with the art coat really, really well, and voila, this turned out to essentially be a really beautiful iridescent paint that worked really, really well, actually a lot better than I was expecting, and I was quite pleased with it. Again, it was a lot less work than the manual painting, but to be honest with you, when put side by side with the one that I had hand painted, there's not that much in it actually, but it was much, much easier to do than this. I mean, the one on the right took literally 5 minutes, whereas the one on the left probably took me about half an hour, probably an hour, something like that. To be honest with you, I felt that the overall look of this one was actually a lot more consistent as well. I mean, especially when it's in the light, it's much more iridescent when you're moving it around than the contrast paint version is. So I have to say I do actually prefer it. But at £9 for a gram of powder, I have to say I'm a little bit skeptical. So I'll probably just keep it for like my Farseer's cloak or something. I might try one of the other colours though, because they are really nice colours, I have to say. But yeah, so I just thought this was just an interesting thing that I've been trying out, and I thought I'd share it with you, just in case you were thinking of doing anything similar. And if you have any advice on how to get a sort of, you know, iridescent or opalescent effect on my Eldar, do let me know down in the comments, because I have no idea, and it seems that not that many people have actually tried this.